Okay, so we showed you earlier how to make the cylinder ready to be connected to the pipe network. This is now showing you what to do when you are connecting a UVO. When you take your UVO from the box, it is likely that the pin will be extended. It is also likely, very likely, that this port plug will be in place. This cannot stay in place and must be removed. To remove it, it is an imperial Allen key size, so not your standard metric set. I believe it's 3/16, but you will need an imperial Allen key set. Remove this port plug. It's just a transit cap so that nothing goes inside the UVO when it's in transit. We can remove the port plug and we will insert the adapter. So this comes in the kit and this is inserted onto the UVO. So wind that in, and then because it's a tapered fit, you'll need to use a shifter and get that in place. Now, if you are using this on a single cylinder system, so just one cylinder connected up, you will need to fit the pressure vent valve. To do that, you take the bonded rubber washer, insert that over the adapter, and then take the vent valve and screw that over the top like this. The bonded rubber washer makes the seal. You then use your shifter to tighten that up, and that's what it would look like on a single cylinder system. To install that onto the Pro Inert cylinder, we will take the plier type reset tool, and again in the leg you will find the adapter with the large bore on the bottom of it, and you'll slide that over the top of the firing pin. Make sure that that is fully in there, that it's not jammed sideways like this. It needs to be falling inside there. Then to make sure that we reset this properly, we must pull the red knob all the way back. It's a good idea at this point to slide the safety pin in there as well. We'll have to rotate it until the safety pin hole comes around. Which is a little bit fiddly. There we go. So that the safety pin is in there like that. Okay. Then you will need to go to the top, take your plier type reset tool, push the forks into there, make sure that this is on the top, and squeeze. As you can see, sometimes this is not enough to make them reset. If that is the case, remove the safety pin, draw the knob further back so it's going all the way back, try again. If that's not working, remove the adapter, and then you'll have to slide the fork into there and then carefully line up the prong with the top all the way back until you hear a nice solid click, and now we are reset. Now at this stage, this is ready to go back onto the cylinder, but I would rather have the safety pin in there so that when you put it back on, you don't inadvertently set the cylinder off. And to do that, we need to again line up the holes in here, slide the safety pin in there. And of course, every time you try and slide, there you go. So we are now set, okay? So the pin is back, the safety pin is in. This can now be added to the cylinder, and it sits on there like this. The U pin then, again, we can rotate this, no problem at all. We can then slide the safety pin. Sometimes you have to give them a little bit of a jiggle, but do not press that button. If you press that button whilst this is on the cylinder and it goes forwards, you will fire the cylinder. And unlike this with just the vent valve for one cylinder, if there are multiple cylinders connected, it will fire all the rest of the cylinders. So you must make sure that this safety pin is in place. If for any reason when you put the UVO onto the cylinder you hear a hiss, or if there's resistance as you add this to the cylinder, stop, check the pin is back. You don't want to proceed if that's happening, because it could be a malfunction with the UVO and you could fire the system. If you are using a multiple cylinder system, we wouldn't add the vent valve to it. We can remove that vent valve here. remove this bonded rubber washer, and instead of that we would add the hose, which will connect up to the next piece of equipment, an actuator as we had earlier, or it could be going to something else, but regardless, that's where your hose goes on there, like that. You will then, making sure that this pin is retracted, making sure that the safety pin is inserted, we can then add that back to the cylinder like this. And then we would add in the U-pin. Now, people have asked me before, can the U-pin go in either way? It certainly can. If I want to put the U-pin in from this side, it will fit just as well. If we were connecting this system to more cylinders, or so we've got multiple cylinders, what we will do is we will add the cylinder actuator for the next cylinder to this one directly onto the adapter. There's a conical fitting. You must make sure that these are tight. So now we have our UVO connected to the next cylinder, making sure the safety pin is present, making sure this knob is not pushed in or back, making sure that the pin is not fired, it's back, it's recessed, making sure that there's nothing in there. We will move forward to safely install it. If there is any resistance, we stop and we recheck, because we don't want to be inserting it with the pin forwards. We certainly don't want to be continuing if, as we insert the pin, it starts to hiss or anything like that. You need to stop. Then you can go ahead and you can slide the retaining pin in there, and you can see that this UVO is now firmly affixed to the cylinder, and this would be going to the next cylinder along. And that's it. That's how you fix your cylinder to the system, and that's how you add UVOs, cylinder actuators, single systems, or double or triple or multiple cylinders.